So I change my cars a lot. And why on earth would I buy a 20-year-old Toyota Land Cruiser, which apparently has a flat back tyre? Now, I've always liked these cars, but let me show you what can be done with a Land Cruiser. Have a look at some of these pictures. I had the Q7 for about 6 months. I had some problems with it. It was bought Audi approved, so it should have had a warranty that they would honour, but it took them 6 months to fix almost nothing on the car, and I was going to be left holding the bill if something seriously went wrong. If you look on the internet and they think, well, what is the most reliable car that you can get? People lean towards Toyotas and Japanese cars, but let me do a comparison between this thing and the Q7 that I've just gotten rid of, and that'll give you an idea why I changed it. This thing has 201 horsepower and the Q7 had 240. 400 pound-feet of torque in the Q7 and 317 in this. And that means the 0 to 60 time, it's about 4 seconds slower, so 11.1 in this, 7.6 in the Q7, and it does worse MPG. This will maybe do 26 miles to the gallon, whereas the Q7 would maybe do 38 according to the ratings. This is more expensive on road tax. This is £340 versus the 315 that the Q7 had, but there are some benefits. The main things that I do with a big car, because I have a spare car, I've got the Golf, that's my normal run into the shops, and my wife uses it. So what do I do with a big car? Do a lot of towing, we go camping in it, we do drift days, and it's a backup car really for, like, if there's something wrong with the Golf or it's in for service, I need a backup car. And I'll use it to move large objects, or in some cases large people, back and forward. So if that's what I need for a car, the Q7 was completely wasted on me, and it was about to become very expensive. So why the Land Cruiser? Well, reliability first of all. Everyone says they're reliable, and yes, things go wrong because it's 20 years old, but broadly speaking, everything about them is known. Next, the price. I paid £5,700 for this, and I paid £27,500 for my Q7, and I like this a lot more. This has a better turning circle. 11 metre turning circle, 12.5 metres in the Q7. This can tow more, it can tow 3,500 kilograms. And the Q7 can only tow 3,200. This is heavier, 2,500 kilograms, and the Q7 was 2,300, so this is heavier, which should in theory make it easier to tow with. It's also much smaller than the car that's been replaced. This is 4.9 metres long, Q7 is 5.1, and this is 1.94 metres wide, and the Q7 was 2.18 metres wide. So if you're my wife and you're required to park this thing, first of all, you don't have to worry about it because it cost a fifth of what the Q7 did, but it's also smaller, so it's easier to park. It's higher, it's got better visibility, it has more window space because it doesn't have very wide A-pillars, so you can see out of it a lot better. And the headroom is better because it's a big square. But if you think about my reasons for having this car, the biggest reason, the Q7 has 775 litres of capacity, and it's the biggest thing that Audi make. This thing has 1,318 litres of capacity. It is cavernous. You can fit in an upright washing machine in the back of this without any problem. And when the seats fold forward, it's another 200 litres bigger than the Audi is. But the tailgate is the other reason why. When I borrowed Big Dave's C-Crosser for a few weeks when I was between cars, I found the tailgate was brilliant. I was using it all the time. Especially when you need a practical camping car, drift days, you need somewhere to sit. Driftland, you can watch the cars coming by. That's exactly what you need. So the Land Cruiser has a tailgate, the Audi has not a tailgate. The Q7 is an Audi, the Land Cruiser is not an Audi. 1/5 the price, much more suitable for what I need. I just need to fix it up, give it some TLC, and then I'll have a car which should be much more loved, much more interesting, and we can run it forever, hopefully. And it should be good in weather like this, because now it's snowing. I've gone from a modern luxury vehicle to something that's 20 years old, but I think will fit my purposes a lot better. Now, I'd like to go and get an inspection done on this, but I'm going to wait for the snow to go away. So let's time travel to the future, and then we'll go to Dave's.
4 to 6 days later.
Well, you sit down, you put your key in, the electric steering wheel moves out to greet you, the car starts with the turn of a key because it's got a twin battery system.
Waiting for pairing.
The stereo is ancient, so I've got a Bluetooth adapter. The glove box has been removed because I'm going to run some wiring, but everything works in this car apart from the memory seats because I think the switch is knackered. So this will be brilliant for our requirements. We can put some large people in the back, we can put some large stuff in the boot, and I think we'll be quiet. And I'm not going to pay a huge price in terms of fuel economy or tax because I'm already used to running big expensive things. So we are at 150,000 miles, I think. 149,000 miles, almost 150,000. And there's lots of life left in this car yet. Right, let's get a look underneath. So basic ball joints, gonna check both sides.
No, fucking.
Get it into some steel work.
I really just need to
and see if you get any movement. No, it's absolutely solid. So you check both sides. And then we've got lower control arm bushings.
It's mostly it's the metal that's bending as opposed to.
Actually, the inside of those mounts looks pretty good as well as far as rust goes. That's good news. Front diff.
Right, that's fucked.
Alright, cool. That is good. Oh, baby.
Right, I wouldn't want that much planer.
Anything.
How much is there side to side? It's sitting on the top of the mount. It's supposed to be like there.
There's a rock inside there as well. So that's about 100 quid. Man, that's
got a lot. That's got a bit. I wouldn't want that much planer. It's basically just soft. It's
not what it once was. Cool, that's probably never been swapped, but that's a fairly easy change. You just buy the part. I'm not even going to bother with the pressing. This should be another similar one at the back. So, as predicted, the front one has a ton of play in it. That's the one that normally goes.
It didn't move.
Checking a U-joint for some play now.
No. See that movement where that moved, but none of it. That?
Yeah.
That is absolutely done on that.
Okay. Yeah. Look at like the seals are all rusted as well.
That bit, the Harvey Spicer unit is failed.
Do you think?
Amount of grease, putting grease in that will fix that problem.
All right. Well, we're going to save some money on grease then by not bothering.
Because that will just hold straight over.
We'll just get another one.
That's what I think is all right. But hey, if you take it off to do one, yeah, might as well do both. No, it doesn't have any. It's not got the same. No, that's alright.
Cool. So that's another thing I expected for driveline noise.
Yeah.
It's interesting that the back axle has been sprayed from the rear with under seal, but not the front. That all solid with the.
Yeah.
Is it possible to check the drop link?
I would say yes. In fact, it's very squashy. I can move it in there.
Cool. So we'll just get them. Come and can you have a poke at this sill for me here?
Still sounds alright. It's got a little bit of rust there, but nothing I would be worried about.
Remarkable, really.
Yes.
What?
I don't know how much.
So it's got side-to-side play.
It squeaks.
Yeah. All of that right there. Oh, baby. But Toyota sell this plate off the diff. They sell the plate.
Oh, I see.
But I don't know if you can get to that without... Oh, yeah, look at all the shit you'd have to take off to get at the bolts. Plan is... get it loose enough so that we can drop this down fucking somehow, I don't know.
No.
That's how the man on the internet did it. And then he was able to get a clamp in here.
Okay.
And press out the insert, because you can buy the insert now from Fabest.
Okay.
So rather than having to replace the Toyota back plate, you can replace that insert, but it's air chisel and pain to get it out. I discovered that these are called Zirk fittings because the man that invented them, his name was Mr. Zirk.
Donald Zirk.
It might have been Donald, I don't know. Oh,
I can hear it now.
piston movement.
You see it? Can you hear it? Yeah, that's what that is. And that was not much better. Yes. Is the actual fucking thing moving? Is that moving? No, I don't think that end's moving. Okay.
Just a bit of steering right place. Fine, just a small amount. Dave is right now looking for torsion bar. There's a 30mm socket on there. So the plan is to crank that clockwise to raise the vehicle, and that will help with the massive overpressure that we have in the hydraulic suspension right now. So Dave is going to crank this clockwise to... We're just doing a rough increase to the torsion bars here. Winding them up 1.5 turns.
Okay, there we go.
Which should leave the suspension higher and less reliant on oil pressure to keep the system up, and more mechanical lift from the torsion bars. Whoa, look at it, it's absolutely filthy. That's where the armrest was, and I've just unbolted this genuine Toyota Pioneer CD changer. I'm not going to need that anymore, so a couple of clips to remove. Oh man, it's heavy. Right, don't need that anymore. Another 25-year-old thing that we've just swapped, mostly Dave has just swapped it, is the gas struts. Unleash the beast. There we go. And now the bonnet won't fall on our head when we're working.
When?
Tremendous. These were just 40 quid eBay jobs. Well, that was a ton of work. This Land Cruiser is going to take a while to set right. Bodywork, electrics, interior, engine, that's where we're going to start next. So this is going to be a long-term project. I hope that this will serve me much better than the Q7 did. I already like it more, and I can't believe how good it is for the price tag. I understand now why people buy these older Japanese cars. Well, in another episode we'll start our engine teardown, so watch out for that coming. We'll see you in another episode. Take care, bye.